Greetings. Hello. Good evening, my friends. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my very spooky cave. I don't know why the lighting of my face cam is different when I go live for Reaper than when I go live for my own stream. I don't know. But I'm too stupid to figure it out. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hello, Joe. Hello, Quindley. Hello, Dark. Hello, I. These are the people I see in chat. I don't know if anybody else was there for Anna's stream, but hello, everyone else. How you doing? This is the puppet that I have been painting on my own stream. We're getting there. She's getting there. She's getting there. She's getting there. Slowly she's getting there. Just need to refine things a bit. But today, with you guys, my friends, I will be painting this BBD. So we're going to be working on him a bit together. I'm gonna be quickly getting the non-metallics on the legs sorted out. The other day, I don't know why I was painting like a BBD. So yes, let me get my palette ready and get started. How are y'all doing, partner? How you doing, partner? You guys want to see something cool? I got something today. I got something very nice. Wanna see it? I'll show it to you. I got something very nice. Look. Behold. Look. I press this. Which is pretty much the same thing that happened to me when I turned the car on. It's nice how the car keys basically make you predict the feeling you're gonna have when you turn the car on, because it's the same feeling. I got a car. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Anyway, let's paint. Let us paint. Getting the palette ready. So, okay. Well, what colors do we want to use? What is my trusty line and white? Oh, there you go. It's here. Hello, Asgard. If I don't drop a puppet at least once per stream, am I even a streamer? Like, let's be honest. Thank you, Puro. Okay, so we got our trusty line and white. Amazing color. Love it. I love it. Gonna get some bureku. Let's get this one. Just gonna mix a simple silvery color and then glaze on top to change it. Because the other day I spent like a million years painting these thing, and I didn't even achieve anything on it. Like after 2 hours of streaming, I barely look space coated. So let's try to step it up a notch and get this leg finished. How you guys doing? How's your painting going? Have you been thinking about your New Year's resolution for painting? Have you decided like a number of models you want to do, or maybe a project that you aren't sure about? Man, this line and white though, holy baka, makes the paint so creamy, so nice to use. That's good. That's good. One second, sorry. Grazie. Sorry. $88.6. Are you actually gonna get it? Ah, no, you got it. I heard that there's been a lot of delays, but I don't know exactly on what. I wanted to finish my Reaper Kickstarter and all of the minis before buying new stuff, but then I came across 2 minis for super cheap. So it begins. My New Year's resolution is to become a better painter, but also a better teacher if possible, you know. If I can get in contact with more people and get them to learn something, and also, of course, grow my own community and stuff, you know, commissions and etc. That is pretty good, Buglips. How you doing, man? Have you been? That is the path of the painter, my friend. Your justice cause. Your cause is just. Sorry. Why does it scare you? I don't know British paras. What's about their uniform that is scary? What have they done to Minecraft? Camo scheme, okay. You can do it with a toothpick if you want. I know some people use a toothpick to do camo on small minis. Come on, dude. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you, man. Come on. Paint a couple. See how it feels like. Come on. Come on. We're gonna have a few laughs. So in order to get this leg finished slightly quicker, I am defaulting to my usual way of painting. Because the other day I was showing layering and stuff, but my default way of painting big areas such as this is wet blending. So I don't really bother myself when in applying the color thinly over multiple layers, but I tend to just use the model as a palette, basically. What I mean is that I place the colors on and then I blend them and mix them up the same way I would on the palette. That way I get a pretty good blend out of the gate, and I also get good coverage because my paints are basically base coat consistency. I would legit love to paint a World War II German soldier. Not small scale though, like a 75mm. I would love to, man. Of course, I have to use a disclaimer and say that it's not because of ideals, but because they simply looked really freaking cool. Okay, so we got our BBD. So we got a bit of a mid-tone and a shadow blocked in. So we can now start sketching a fairly stronger light. Just letting it dry there. Like so, just applying a secondary light, because why not? Okay. My way of painting is actually very, very simple to deconstruct. In a sense that I don't really do anything fancy, in technically speaking. I just do basic things very well, rather than doing complex things. So my painting is all about sketch and blend, sketch and blend, sketch and blend. And the sketch is done through base coating, the blending is done through mostly wet blending. If needed, I will do some glazing and layering. But I do enjoy painting like this because it is very freeing, in a sense that, as I always say, there is really nothing attached to my way of painting. If I don't like this leg, I'll repaint it. I don't care. Because I'm doing it so quickly anyway, that it doesn't really bother me to repaint it. The same happened to this lady. Like, I do this also for display paint jobs, like, not just for the Reaper streams. This lady here, I did the skin tone twice. And I don't care. So like, at the end of the day, I just have fun trying things out. So if there is anything to take away from my way of painting, is that I encourage you to try things out. If there is any technique you think it's gonna be interesting, and you never done it, try it. That's weird, mainly. And especially like if you do use Reaper paints, You will find that web blending is really good with these paints. They were probably made with the intention of being layered, considering how Anne paints. But they work best as web blends, in my opinion, at least. I mean, of course, you can layer with them, but they really shine in the web blending. Especially local web blending, like very small web blends. Hello 8, how you doing? There we go. You see, as I look for more coverage, the light is popping more and more. Because coverage is always good at all levels of the painting, not just at the beginning. Another fight I am fighting is the modern conception that only your base coat should cover and then the colors on top should be layered is a huge mistake in my opinion. Because what it brings you to is a paint job that has very strong mid-tones but very weak lights. Because the lack of coverage defaults to having your light kinda weak. So a big chunk of my work as a painter is spent just simply gaining coverage out of all the levels of color and not just the base coat. Which, I will be honest, defeats a bit the purpose of acrylics, in a sense that I would probably be faster if I used the oil paints. But you can do it with acrylics too. Hey. You can also see how I don't just work up, I work up and down. It is boring to do it, yes. I don't, I just cut it as I go. Find it to be less annoying that way. And again, we're blending. So I have my black. Got a bit of a lighter gray on the brush. And I just mix them on the same way I would do it on a palette. I do it on the model. You like it? Okay, so all good and all, but we need to go much brighter. Molto brighter. See, now it's starting to look a bit more metallic. Okay, it's coming along. It's coming along. It's important to not lose the gradients as you go, but it's also even more important to not lose contrast as you go. So it gets... you have to... The difficult thing about non-metallic is that all of the colors involved in creating a non-metallic effect have to be visible. What I mean is that if you go black and you apply a white next to it, I mean, from very far away, it will look metallic, I guess, but from up close, the effect will look like a stripe. So you must have the gradient from black to white of different shades of gray. But the difficult thing about non-metallic is that as you build up those shades, you're gonna eventually lose something on the way because, you know, one brush stroke might go over another layer or something like that. So that's why I say it's important to be back and forth in the way you paint. Because even though it might sound like the smart thing to do, to just move up in light, it is the wrong choice. You always have to re-gauge the paint job and always look... I mean, I say you always have, but you don't have to do anything. You can do whatever you want. I'm speaking hyperbolically, okay? But it's a good idea to gauge what you're missing and what you're losing as you light up things to preserve it. For example, some painters 50 chieso. Some painters will have a mid-tone at the ready, which is like the real color of the object. And every time they highlight, they glaze it with the mid-tone. They might have it in an airbrush or just, you know, thinned on the palette. For example, David Arroba, which is one of the greatest painters on the planet, paints like that. He will be sketching an highlight, glaze it with the mid-tone. Highlight again, glaze it with the mid-tone. Highlight again, glaze it with the mid-tone. And he does that to preserve the strength of the mid-tone across the entire paint job as he highlights. I don't do that. What I do, I glaze more thickly at the end with the mid-tone and then rescue any highlight I lost. But it's the same process, it's the same concept. If any of the words I am saying make no sense to you, I beg you to tell me so I can explain, okay? Because if nobody asks me, what the fuck does mid-tone mean, dude? I'm not gonna explain it, because I assume you do, right? So ask me shit. Hello, Archon, how you doing? Well, midtones are the real color of the object, to say it simply. In a sense that an apple is red, but it is red because the midtone is red. The lights of an apple are white and the shadows are brown. Yet we think that the apple is red because of the midtone. So there are rules to what makes a midtone a midtone. And that you can basically split them in two. Rule number one is that the midtone is the color that is in between the values. So it's darker than your highlights and lighter than your shadows. That's a midtone. And the second rule, which is a rule of it's one of the fundamentals of realism. Like, this is the kind of stuff they teach you in art school. One of the fundamentals of realism is that the midtone is always the more saturated color in a detail. What that means is, and I can show it and I can prove it very simply, I think, with reds, if I want to. So let's say, okay, the easy explanation is this. I have a red, okay? If to this red I add a black, I will get a shadow, right? And if to this red I add a white or a lighter color, I get an highlight. So the red is the mid-tone because it's between shadow and between light. It's the color in the middle, and it's also the more saturated, which means out of these three colors, the one that has the most pure color in it and the less grayness is the pure red, because the shadow is a red with a black and the light is a red with a white, right? But the interesting thing is when you try to... Yeah, I can mix my exact skin tone, yeah, no problem. Like, I don't know, here. Like, you can easily mix your skin tone starting from a red. This red is a bit of a great red because it's a red-orange, so it's even easier to mix a skin tone out of it. But that's like point 2 of what I was talking about. I can even highlight the scar if I want. I have a scar here. Boop. There you go. But like that's the point I was talking about. Knowing this enables you then to work with less saturated colors. Like, you can spot, at least from my point of view, you can spot a beginner painter or somebody that... Not a beginner, but like... somebody that is improving, but is not great at painting yet. From this. All of their models will have stupidly saturated colors in them. And shadows and lights. Maybe they do great work on highlighting and placing the highlights. They blend them magnificently, they texture greatly, but they still are beginners in a way because they have failed to understand the saturation, which is very important. Because like a beginner painter will know this thing I just explained about the saturation and the mid-tone. So they default to, well, all I gotta do now, from now on then, is use very strong colors as my mid-tone and then highlight and shade them and I'll be good, right? Yes, but not everything in real life is pure saturation, right? Human Caucasian skin tone is not pure red. It's shades of colors. So knowing this enables you to create several different things. For example, this color here, okay, which is not a pure red, can still be a mid-tone, provided I create a shade for it and a light for it. But at the same time, this color here can be a light to this one, which was our old mid-tone. And these, as soon as you understand this, as soon as you start thinking about saturation and how to analyze colors from references, you can mix anything you want with your eyes. It's a thing that I enjoy doing often on my own stream. But like, if you pick a color randomly, like I can get these bronze shadow from Reaper. Okay, I have this color here. I can remix this color starting from primaries, basically, because I understand what composes it. For example, what makes this color? What is this color made of? Can you tell me? Okay, when analyzing a color, I'm about to reveal to you guys a massive painting secret that I have developed myself. It's part of the video of a video I have on my Patreon on how I analyze color. So I'm about to share it with you guys for free because I'm a nice guy. When analyzing a color, always try to understand what is the primary color that is closest to it. So I am working with this brown bronze shadow from Reaper, and the primary color that is closest to it is yellow. Because it is an orange, but orange isn't a primary, orange is a secondary. So we start from the primary. So we go, I'm gonna be using Chimera paints here because Chimera paints have, they don't have any secondary pigments added to them. So they are good for showing stuff like this, like mixing. So I start from a primary yellow, okay? So this is my yellow. Boop. This is a warm yellow. But it is different. What am I missing? Well, it needs to be slightly darker because my current yellow is lighter than the color I'm trying to match. So let's just add a bit of black for the sake of BBD. Okay, I have added black, but the color has now turned greenish. So, but the value is correct. How do I fix this? Well, yellow plus red equals orange. So I'm gonna be adding another primary to it. Again, working off of primaries and black and white. I'm not touching an orange. I could mix this in 2 seconds using orange, but I can show you that you can get to it with primaries alone. Red is another primary, correct? So, okay, well, I have my ochreish color here. If I add a bit of red to it, of course the paint has dried on my finger, but whatever. If I add a bit of red to it, so I'm playing around with red and yellow, so mixing a bit of both, just to get the color, because I already have the black in there from the mixing I did. And I'm pretty confident that I got the color now. I'm just gonna be adding more paint so I can actually reveal the color, because it has dried. But there we go. We got a pretty close match. Right? The two mix together, basically, if I mix them together. And that's how I got to it. Understanding the whole topic about the midtone and BBD, I started thinking, like, after understanding this fundamental of realism, which is the midtone is always the most saturated, I started wondering, well, then how do people make desaturated paint jobs and still look good? So I started thinking about those things, and it dawned on me that if the midtone is less saturated, then the shadows and the light will be even less saturated. It doesn't matter. So that was a good point for me to understand. And then from there, I was like, okay, so if I understand this, that means that I can modify any color I want into any color I want, as long as I have the primaries and black and white, right? So I started experimenting on mixing colors, just looking at them. And that's what I got. I got to the point where I look at a color and I understand what composes it very well. Because at the end of the day, it's just primaries and black and white. Is there any benefit of saturation and color theory? Maybe some color boosts saturation of each other? Well, opposite colors... Why am I painting this? Opposite colors on the color wheel boost each other. Like a purple next to a yellow will make the purple look deeper and the yellow look lighter. But color theory is super important for a million of reasons, not just color composition, but also color management. Because, like, keep in mind that I worked the lightness and darkness using white and black. I can make a color light or darker without even touching black and white if I want to. I can just move around the color wheel to make colors lighter and darker without ever touching black and white. And the colors I use will always be full saturation. And that enables you to create some very beautiful colors that very rarely are sold in pots. That does not mean you should not buy colors, because I do. I don't mix everything from scratch. I do like having my pre-mixed colors. But it's interesting to it's still important, I think, to know color theory, because by knowing it, you can modify things. You are not shackled by the recipe of colors that is given to you or that you own, but you can modify it accordingly to what you need. Yeah, if you want, you can check the Patreon out. I have many guides on this topic, but a million others. But I just like explaining these things because I think it is important to make people understand exactly how powerful they can be in painting. Because I do still very well remember my feelings when I started painting, and for a while after I had started. Everything felt like I was on a rail, basically. Like, I couldn't really control anything of what was happening on the miniature because I just didn't know better. And it's important, I think, to let people know that, no, there is ways that you can control everything that happens on the model. And usually the more control you give to somebody, the happier they are doing it. Generally speaking, I tend to, if I'm doing a silver like I am now, I tend to use colored grays. So grays that have color in them. I don't use pure grays. In this case, I am using a pure gray because I mixed the line and white to black, and that's it. But I will modify it in a moment. When I feel done with the gradients here, I can just glaze. But generally, I tend to give color, so black and white plus whatever I want, like a yellow or a brown or whatever. See, I don't need all of this light. What I mean is that the light I have painted is a bit too big. Which is not a problem, I can take it down. Because of course, as I worked on achieving more of a gradient out of the light, I covered the previous highlight, not really losing it, but it still kind of was a bit weakened and turned more into a light. To regain it, I just go back. Again, that's why I say back and forth, Because if you don't go back and forth, you're just gonna end up with a model that is washed in white. Because you're just gonna keep pushing light, and as you push the light, you're gonna try to blend, and as you try to blend, you lose everything that's below. So, back and forth. And like, these are very simple rules, but if you apply them, you will find that your painting is gonna skyrocket in quality in the span of a week. Because I don't think anything I'm saying is particularly complex, as an idea, at least. But it really does make a difference. Okay, I'm gonna get a pure white now, just get some stronger light, and then we can glaze to our heart content. But yeah, this line in white is a great paint, man. Good coverage, very powerful. Gives you a very nice starting point to get your whites in. Okay. Like, for example, as I was saying, if I want these silver to go from, I mean, not this silver, but like this scale of gray, basically, to go from a scale of gray to something that has a bit more color in it. I can quickly turn this into a more of an antique silver if I want, by doing this. Because color doesn't matter. Like, I think it's funny to say this as a miniature painter, but color really does not matter. Again, like, I can just keep having fun here. Get my shadows reinforced while I'm... Since I'm glazing, might as well wet blend some darker colors in there, right? And you probably don't really see a difference unless you have a pretty good screen you're watching the stream from. But trust me, there is a massive difference in real life. Like, this color is no longer just, you know, a flat scale of grays, but it is a scale of grays that has a bit of life in it. Granted, I would have been better off immediately having the color in the mix, at least from my own way of painting. Because this kind of glaze only works really well if you airbrush it over such a big area. Glazing it with a brush is a bit complex. But regardless, you get yourself a stain because you have too much paint on the brush. If I get this color here and I do this, see, if I do a brush stroke like this, I get a pool at the end. If I let it dry, I get a stain effect. What you can do is clean the brush and extend, right? I usually clean it by licking it, and then you can extend the pool off. This is called feathering. So like, I apply my glaze, right? And then with a clean brush, I extend the tip of the stain off to spread it out a bit more. This is feathering, but it takes a very big set of balls to do well. Sorry. Another way to do this without making a mess is to thin your paint, but rather than using it like this, like lots of paint, you just tap it on a paper towel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Count it 10 times. And as you do it, turn the brush around too. Don't just do it on one side. Twist the brush as you tap it. Count to 10 and then do it again. And then you get yourself an even coat of paint. See? Okay, fuck this lag, I'm sick of it. Let's just leave it there for a second. I want to do gold. I want to paint gold. Gold. I want to paint gold. Well, actually, let's paint the chainmail, because it's the easiest yet biggest detail to paint. Hello, Ian. Fine at home. How do I have to treat you here? Master? I like Master. I'll be honest. I like Master. I have something for you, Ian. Are you ready? I'm about to make a joke that I shouldn't on this stream, but I'm gonna anyway. First off, I need to take a quick break. I'm here, but I am just smoking a cigarette. This is the fact. You wanna? It is not. Do you wanna see the effect you have on me, Ian? Are you ready? I can show you the effect you have on me very, very easily. I bought a car just to show you. This is the effect you have on me. I apologize. I apologize, guys. I apologize. Come on, it was a good joke. Hello, MJ. And romanticism died today. See? I can show Yin how I feel, and I can tell also to Quindly that I'm sorry by bowing down to her. See? Alfa Romeo cars truly are cars for a ladies guy. Well, it was very nice, guys, streaming here on Reaper Stream. I had a fun time over the year I've been streaming here. I hope whoever replaces me entertains you. I'm just gonna be quiet and just stop speaking for a second while I look at the menu. Under the Alpha badge it said, there is no Fiat here, my friend. This is Alpha. Alfa Romeo. I'll take pictures of the car tomorrow. It's too late now and it's very, 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 very dark outside. I do think I'm gonna drive it a bit though after the stream. Okay, I'll try to, MJ. Yes. Somebody else also told me that on Instagram. They were like, "Oh, the last button is an ejection seat." I was like, "Yes, this is step one to my becoming a super villain plan." Ah, it was you. Okay, what's up? You made an You have an Instagram? What? Okay, I didn't know you had it. I do want to finish this puppet because it actually is pretty good. Like as I work on it, it's looking pretty nice. I did a good job on it. The face is nice. So yeah, I just want to finish. I want to get it done because I think it deserves to be finished. Dude, you need to hear her purr. I need to take a video of me accelerating while in the car because it goes from. And as you press on the gas, it goes, and it's so good, man. It feels so good. All of the torment I'm gonna feel to pay for it is worth it. I need to start posting again on Twitter. Silverstar can help you with Facebook. Every once in a while, I get a like on a post I made 2 years and a half ago from him on my Facebook. And I'm like, what is he doing? Why is he watching my posts from like a year ago on Facebook? Does he miss me so much? I do miss you too though, Silva, so you know. You can come on my car if you want, Ian. The seats are fully reclinable. Okay, I'm gonna... Sorry, guy. I apologize. I really do. I am so sorry. Quindly! You need to bonk me! Quindly! Bonk me! Doesn't work. I know, Sel. Remember when the Reaper stream just went offline during a stream? You know, it kind of saddens me, Ian, because you think I'm being funny, while in reality I'm just being straightforward. I'm not making any jokes. I'm being dead serious here. You're breaking my heart. Okay. Hello. Let me drink and get back to work. Man, I'm the master of metal. Holy shit. 3 dry brushes and this thing looks metallic. Are you not entertained? She's evading, isn't she? I was thinking the same thing, so she's evading. Like, I'm being serious and she jokes. Ah, man. Difficult fish to catch. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. Wait, the Beatles have been doing live performances still? Isn't half of them dead? Yeah. I am not getting the joke, I am sorry. Did you drink before coming back home, Ian? She wants your key, dude. I am telling her I can give her the key whenever she wants, as long as she tells me, sure, give me the key. I have fucking Ryanair on a tab open on my screen, 24/7, just ready to click. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll stop. Do you like dry brush? I do on chainmails and stuff like that. Yes, I use it. Or like, also like on, depending, like for example, the hair of this model, I've dry brushed. The top of the hair. Dry brushing does work. It's not like people would assume that it's a bad technique for noobs or stuff like that, but I disagree. It's a every painting technique is useful and can be mastered to a level of extreme quality, even dry brush. There is one guy, Bohun is his name. He's from the east of Europe. I don't exactly know from where. But he basically paints everything with a dry brush. Like everything. And he does some really good work. Now, it's not exactly dry brush, the same. It's not that kind of dry brush, but it is still a brush that is dry. I want to do gold on metallic. That's it. I decided. Because I don't have the space for it. I would use oils if I had the space to set up a palette for them and all of that stuff. But unfortunately, I do not. Which means it's a bit complex for me to do oil painting. I would not paint the model entirely with oils anyway. Like, if I were to use oils, I would use them mostly as washes or glazes. But if I ever get to have a different room from the one I'm living in, possibly in Spain, then then I'll be setting up our oil palette. You know what I haven't talked about today? Looking at it, I have the see, yeah. Oh yeah. pain. French cars are very economic, yeah, that's true. Yeah, same way as I did the boot. I am just wet blending with a massive brush the golds here. A good thing to know about brush size is that the bigger the brush, the less brush strokes you have to do to get coverage, which means the smoother the finish. Because a rule of thumb is that, an interesting rule of thumb is that if I have to get coverage with a color, I can do this and build up the coverage if I have a small brush maybe. Or with a big brush, I can just do this. Right? Like a big brush stroke. Bigger brush strokes give you cleaner results. I heard that size of brush relates to the nose. Is that true? Yes. Scientifically proven. I think there was a study about it. Yes. Huh. I love you guys. Sorry, what? So now, you can see this. Despite my best efforts, the color that I've been painting is not really covering that well. So how do you fix that when working with a yellow especially, or an orange? You add white. If you add white to your colors, they will cover a lot more. You might be wondering, but I didn't want a light yellow to be on my puppet. I wanted a darker yellow. So now that I've added white, I no longer have painted the color that I wanted to be on the puppet. This, my friends, is where glazing comes in. And I will show you brief in a moment. So if this color isn't what you wanted, all you gotta do is just get back your original color. And if thinning it, after thinning it, you can just wash it over your lighter color. This will blend it in, and it will also give you the color back that you wanted. Yellow glaze, yes. What? 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 No, I don't care about you. Don't worry about it. No, I didn't say anything. I was explaining how to glaze. So since I have these colors, I'm gonna use them. Let me switch to a smaller brush though. Because now we wanna try to be a bit more precise. It isn't. Shut up. Just missing the floats. No, I told you if I were to modify the car, I would have the horn sound. That would be the sound I would have it make. And again, we continue our effort in blending. Oh yeah, that's a great idea actually. The Soviet anthem would be nice. I think I have a bit too much saturation happening right now on this gold. It's a bit of a cartoony gold, but let's go. Maybe I can take advantage of this high saturation to show you a pretty cool thing about color theory, actually. Okay, I don't exactly know what's gonna happen. So that's gonna be even funner, I guess. Because I have I have done it, but on a smaller scale. But for example, let's say that I want this gold to lose saturation. The opposite color on the color wheel from gold is purple. So if I what I'm doing is highly experimental, and I don't suggest you do this, but if I get myself a purple and I thin it quite a lot and glaze it over, this purple should technically, and let's just say technically, it should lower the saturation of the gold. Because purple is the opposite on the color wheel, so glazing a purple or mixing a purple into a yellow kills the saturation of it. It kind of worked out. Okay. See? I know color theory. Isn't that impressive? I mean, the only driving character I can play as is Dick Dastardly. I'm clearly Dick Dastardly. Yeah, dude, I look exactly like him. And you do kind of look like Matley, Silver. So, you know, we cosplay together. You act like Matley, too. Either you or Gimli. One of the two. You can do the laugh. Nice. In case you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, I have no idea. I seem to have lost track of how to paint. I'm just trying to get these to look right. Yes. I got distracted. I lost my composure. Dude, like, half of me just wants to freaking grab the keys and start driving. If I go fast enough, I'll be there by tomorrow morning. It is nice to be young, though. To feel young more than being young. I'm not young, but it's nice to feel young. It's been a while. Okay, I am getting it back. After getting rid of that yellow mess, I can now finally go back to giving it color again. Light. I don't think inventing the name risotto pi calzone is respectful of Italian origins. You know? Just want to mention that. Latin, okay. The stuff I have to hear coming out of the mouth of somebody that drinks Peroni. Jesus Christ. We truly do live in tragic times. What am I doing? I swear to God, like my mind has gone blank. Jesus Christ. Well, what time is it? Okay. It is a little bit better. To be fair, getting a volume such as this painted in non-metallic is not easy. Because it is there I mean maybe I'm just exaggerating. Maybe I'm just overdoing it in a sense that I can simplify things a little bit. Yeah, I can simplify things a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. Because I'm just looking for contrast without looking for volume, and that's why it's looking so so poop. Yeah, they will be fine, don't worry. Okay, just need to blend, but this is already a lot more sensible of a blend of metallic. I tuned in to see me work it. BBD, make it faster. No, I'm not a robot. I think when I go on websites and I have to find the ships in the pictures, I manage to. So I don't think I'm a robot. But I am a sex machine. I am so sorry, but I had to make the joke. It was just served on a silver platter. If I didn't take it, I would have not been. I do, yes, silver. Dude, what's happening to me? Why am I... like, Yo, I broke up with my girlfriend last month, and I was like, man, life is pain. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with cats and hoping for Quindly to break up with Buglips so I can finally hit on her without any choice and happiness in my life. And dude, apparently like everybody is giving me lots of compliments. That's nice. It's good. Makes me feel like I can actually get back in the game. Thank you. I like. You only have one, Quindly, and you have a boyfriend. Shut up. Chaos Black from GW. Man, I have forgotten how to paint. It is, JP. Which colors are you using for gold? Yellow, red, and black, and white. Like pure yellow, pure red, black, white. Problem is that I got slightly sidetracked, and now I can't seem to get back in the proper mindset. But this is a problem for the lookout tomorrow, because what we have to do is go offline now. Our time has passed. I apologize for the terrible jokes I did. But I will see you. Yeah, I will see you next Wednesday, and we keep going on this guy. If you want to, you can join me on my own stream, where I also paint miniatures. I'll be live again Friday on my own stream, and I have a Patreon where I teach mini painting. This is a model that I've been working on for Patreon. This is another. So yeah, all the links are either in chat or on top of the screen. Take care, everyone. Okay, have a fantastic day. Love you guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.